Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana Inganga and I'm a HR profession, and today on our talk we are going to focus on a very interesting topic, and our topic for today is not only interesting but also is an eye-opening. We're going to learn from it, and our topic for today is sexual abuse in the workplace, or you can call it sexual harassment in the workplace. And you know, statistics actually show that 83% of women and 43% of men actually experience sexual abuse in the workplace. And it doesn't mean that those people who actually fall victim or are target in the workplace who are sexually abused, there's something wrong that they've done, or maybe they've placed themselves in a situation whereby they need to be sexually abused. So we need to understand that even actually 16% of people don't even know that the things that they are going through each and every day-to-day activity is actually sexual abuse, because you can actually be going on your day-to-day activities and you fall victim or you become a target, because you never know, depending with the kind of job that you do, depending with the kind of organization that you work with, and also the position that you actually hold as a person. And you see, even 32% of actually most of the employees, they don't even know what it means when it comes to sexual abuse. We find some people actually, they don't even get to understand what is sexual abuse and to what extent can somebody really go, because even some jokes, you know, they can actually be termed as sexual abuse. Some people don't even know. So it's actually very important for us to actually get to understand what is it about sexual abuse, and when we say sexual harassment, what does it entail. And today I'm going to give you ways and also teach you when you're actually sexual abuse, and also for the organization whereby people actually sexual abuse but even they're not aware or they don't even know. One of the things that you can actually see as is very inappropriate is like your colleague actually asking you for something, but it's like asking you for sexual favor, but the way they're asking it, it's not really direct. So it's actually very important for you to get to understand the language of this other person, because we have some people, they come to you, but the kind of language that they use, it's sexually abusing you, but you don't get to understand they're actually sexually abusing you. You see, because they're asking you for favors, but in return for you to actually to be able to give them anything, the return is actually sexual abuse. So it's very important for you to get to understand that when a person is telling you some things which are not in line to what you believe in, because most of the time, do you have your values? If your values are in place and you feel like this person are the things that they're telling you, even if they're your boss, and you really don't agree to it, or it's not in alignment to what you really want, so that means you're being sexually abused. And also we have the negative people around the organization. There's some people who are very negative. The way they talk to you, it's not actually very well. The kind of language that they use to you, it's not very good. And you find even the words that they're using, they are not very friendly words. So you get that most of the time you get to familiarize yourself with those words, but you not getting to understand that this person is actually sexually abusing you, but you don't really get to understand why they are doing that. So it's very important for you to analyze and see, why is this person always calling me with these kind of names, or why is this person, whenever he wants to talk to me, there's certain words that they're using which are not very inappropriate whenever it comes to the kind of communication that you need to have. Because at the end of the day, we want to create healthy workplaces. We want to create an environment whereby people are actually free to the way they do their day-to-day activities, for them to be able to be productive. And when we find people whereby they are not being productive simply because of the way other people are talking to them, or you find the way other people, they really want them to do things, it's not a very good thing. Another thing is actually verbal or physical harassment. You find the way somebody is actually articulating, the way you've just said, it's very important for you to get to understand and also analyze. And also we have those people who give you very offensive words. So it's very important for you to get to understand, why is this person using offensive words on me? Is it me alone, or also there's other people in this organization? Or maybe it's a language that people are actually used to talking to in the organization, but for you as an individual, you don't really like that language. You can just go and tell them that, please, I don't really love the way you talk to me, or at least I don't really like the way you actually talk to me. And also another thing, sexual favors. You see, like you find somebody is asking you something, but also they want sexual favors in return. So it's actually very important for you to get to understand that sexual favors are not allowed in the organization. And one thing I can actually tell you as an individual, because most people, they don't even really know that they're being sexually abused. And also you find, if they know they're being sexually abused, because they're already a target, and depending on the position, or maybe the person that is actually sexually abusing them, it's very hard for them to come out and just say that they're being sexually abused. And today I want to tell you that if you're falling victim, or maybe you're a target, one thing that you really get to understand is, what does the HR policy in your organization say about sexual harassment? It's actually very important for you to get to understand, what does the policy say? And if I've fallen victim, or maybe I'm a target, where can I go? You need to find healthy avenues where you can actually go and tell someone that actually this and this person is trying to do things to me which are not appropriate. Because now the way we had actually said that we normally build our content from the stories that people tell us. And you find there's one person who came and told me, Diana, I've been working in this organization for quite some time. My salary is very good. I really enjoy my job, and I also respect my boss. But it has gotten to a point whereby this person, the way they're talking to me, and also they're giving me sexual advances. So I feel like I'm very uncomfortable. I feel like I'm not able to work. I feel like mentally I'm not being okay. And I told them, like, if you feel like you're not okay, so what is the next step for you to do? I asked this person, did you go to your HR and tell them that somebody is actually trying to abuse you? And this person told me that the person who was trying to sexually abuse them is one of the top people in the organization, and there's nowhere they can actually run to. So the only thing that this person had to do, I advised the person, you can go and tell the person that for you, you have your values, you don't want to compromise, and the things that you really believe in, you don't really want to put yourself in such kind of situation or open that door whereby this person will now be taking advantage of you. And this person went and talked to their boss, but now the problem is that the boss was very rude and also told this particular person, even if you go and talk about it, there's nothing really much they can do to me, because they feel like they're the untouchables in the organization. Also, such kind of behaviors, we really have to actually talk about them. It is not right for somebody to be sexually abused simply because you find like you are in a position whereby you're more superior compared to this other person. So it's very important that we be each other's keeper in that organization, whereby do not go around trying to coerce people to do things that they are not in line with their values. So for this person, they actually had to resign. They had to give out their resignation and say that I can't continue being in such an environment whereby I'm being sexually abused. There's no place where I can go. Yes, the HR policy says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I've tried, but this person is also threatening me. So you find these are also the consequences of people who are being sexually abused. One, mentally they will not be okay. Another thing, they will not be productive. Another thing is actually find that these people, they will always be absent, being that they know that mentally they are not okay. If they just think about going to work, the next day they think that this other person is going to take advantage of them. So it's very important, because at the end of the day, you want an environment whereby people are more productive, they're able to do whatever they're able to do. But if they're being sexually abused, they're not able to produce whatever they're supposed to do. So it's very important, because we know even in an institution whereby people are being sexually abused, you find like also the organization will go through legal costs. Because once an employee has really gone out, we have some people who just step out, like the person who was telling me they have been sexually abused for quite some time. For them, they just decided, I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to go. But we have some other people who will say, if I'm being sexually abused in that organization, I will not let it go like that. They'll want to go to the legal way. And you can find if an organization already has such cases, it's going to impact them. It's going to cost them their time, is going to cost them money. So it's very important for the organization to get to understand and train their employees on best practices whenever it comes to any person who is a target or any person who is going through sexual abuse in that organization, because you want an environment whereby people are actually thriving in whatever they do. Looking at the negative effects of a person who is actually being sexually abused, you find like also the negative effects, they will not only be to the employee, but also it will be to the organization. Because another thing is that you'll find that in that organization, there will be a high employee turnover, simply because people don't want to be in a situation or in a space whereby they actually don't feel like they're being valued, or maybe they are actually the values that themselves they have, they cannot even live up to them, simply because they're actually being sexually harassed every day with the words that they receive from the organization, from how people talk to them in that organization. So it's actually very important for us as individuals. If you are a target of sexual abuse, or maybe you work in that institution and also you know like you have an upper hand when it comes to decision making, it's very important for people to get the awareness that sexual abuse is not right, and we do not want a situation whereby people are not comfortable working in that organization simply because they're being sexually harassed. And you find like most of the employees, they actually resign simply because they're being sexually harassed in that organization. So it's very important, even you, when you fall victim of sexual harassment, what are some of the things that you need to do? You need to look for a person that you can trust so that you can talk to them. And also just getting to understand why is this person doing the things that they're actually doing, and also addressing it from the very beginning. You see some of the people, why they actually fall victim, because first it starts by you being a target, and then now you start enjoying those things, or maybe not even enjoying, but you're in a space whereby you're putting yourself in that situation whereby this person can easily manipulate you and you become the victim of what they want to do to you. So it's very important for you to address it at the very beginning. You have a right to express yourself. You have a right to say no. You have a right not to agree to the things that this person is actually trying to make you do. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to lose your job, or you don't want to be in a space whereby mentally you're super affected simply because of another person. Because at the end of the day, it also starts with you. You as a person, go and communicate and say, I don't really agree to this thing, because we have situations whereby so many people, they don't go and report. So many people, they don't talk about it. It's high time we start talking about us, or maybe people who are being sexually abused. Because you see, me working in a HR department, at times you get a lot of cases, and there's a way you actually try and address it for you to be able to also to make this other person who is being a victim, for them to feel like at least they are, whatever they've been done to, it is not right. Because we have situations whereby some people, they really even can't go out because they know that they don't have a person they can go to and actually say that this employee A is trying to harass me. So it's very important that even us as HR people, it's important that we actually try and train our employees on sexual harassment, put rules in the organization which are actually true. Because we have some people, yes, the manual is there, yes, the guideline is there on sexual harassment, but is it followed? Can an employee just walk in today to any HR office in that organization and say that they're being sexually abused, they're being sexually harassed, and a step is going to be taken for this person, actually for them to get to the root cause? Why is this person abusing this other person? Also, because also the abusers, some of them, it's because they're just used to harassing people all through. Maybe that has been their trend. So it's important for us to get to understand whereby we get the proper training when it comes to sexual harassment. We get to understand what are some of the things which we can say that you're being sexually abused. Because you can't tell me, like in the morning, we have those people who get to the organization and they greet people. For them, they love hugging. You see, so you can't say that this person really hugged me, then it means they're sexually abusing me. So we also have those inappropriate kind of advances that we say we can actually term them as sexual abuse. Because each and every day as we go to our day-to-day activities, so many people, they are being sexually abused in our homes, in our workplaces, in our schools. People are being sexually abused, but they cannot be able to talk about it. They cannot be able to get to a space whereby they're actually free to come out and say, I'm being sexually abused. So it's very important for us to build a community whereby people are free to talk, people are free to express themselves, getting to understand each and everything, each and every level, and what is it termed as sexual abuse, and where can I go when I'm sexually abused? What are some of the things that I need to do? Even me as an individual, if I've been in a space whereby I feel like I'm a target or a victim, or even if you're out there and you're a person who is going around sexually abusing people, it's high time you also try and understand, why is it that it's me who is trying to make people uncomfortable? Maybe you might be having a problem. You can go look for a coach, look for a mentor, go and look for help. Because at the end of the day, we want to build a community whereby we are building healthy organization, and we are actually true to our policies, true to our guidelines, true to each and everything that we actually commit to do in that organization. So it's very important that if we have people who are the ones who are actually sexually abusing people in that organization, try and be self-aware. And whenever you're told by your colleague that the way you're talking to me, I don't agree to it, your words, I don't agree to it, your jokes, I don't agree to it, please do not fight them, because this is their truth. You need to get to understand where they come from. Maybe we come from different communities. Maybe the way I was raised up, this other person was raised up, to them it was normal, but to me it is not normal. At the end of the day, we want people to be comfortable in where they work. We want productivity. We want people to really grow and get to the other side of success. So it's very important people not to be sexually abused at any given point. And also, as organizations, let us put mechanisms across that is going to help people who are sexually abused, and also for those people who are abusing other people, because also for them, they also need help. Let us not only focus on the victims, but also focus on those people who are targeting other employees to actually go and abuse them. So it's very important for us to get to understand the importance of us building healthy workplaces and building healthy organizations. Thank you so much for watching my video. Until next time, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thank you so much. Until next time, goodbye.